In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 25th, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Houston Astros versus Baltimore Orioles. The Houston Astros are closing in on clinching the top spot for the American League playoffs and are playing well lately. They will be sending young righty Christian Javier to the bump and is coming off a win over the Tampa Bay Rays, as he has thrown 5 shutout innings and gave up 1 hit with 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. The Baltimore Orioles have been the underdogs that are still fighting for the final American League wild card spot and are doing well as of late. Right-hander Austin Voth will be pitching, and he is coming off a loss against the Detroit Tigers, where he pitched 5 innings and allowed a pair of runs on 6 hits with 0 walks and 3 strikeouts. The Baltimore Orioles are a nice story, but the Houston Astros are the best team in the American League for a reason. These starting pitching splits show there is a difference between who is on the mound here, as Christian Javier is 5-4 with a 3.09 earned run average with a .195 batting average against in 14 road games, while Austin Voth is 3-1 with a 4.56 earned run average and a .310 batting average against in 19 home games this season. These offenses as of late have been on 2 completely different levels, as Houston is averaging 4.93 runs per game in their last 15 games, while Baltimore is scoring 3.77 runs per game in their previous 13 games played. The Astros have hit in 13 of the previous 18 games between these teams played in Camden Yards, so the Houston Astros money line is our full game side pick. Looking at each starter's previous 7 games pitched, it's going to be difficult to score runs, as Christian Javier is 4-1 with a 1.73 earned run average and a 0.85 WHIP, while Austin Voth is 2-2 with a 2.32 earned run average and a 1.23 WHIP in that span. Both teams have been pitching extremely well since the All-Star break, as the Astros are second in baseball with a 2.8 team earned run average, while the Orioles are 12th with a 3.74 team earned run average since the Midsummer Classic. The under has hit in each of the last 6 games against one another. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Braves versus Philadelphia Phillies. The Atlanta Braves will wrap up a 4-game set against the Philadelphia Phillies on Sunday from Citizens Bank Park. The scheduled starting pitchers are Atlanta's Charlie Morton and Philadelphia's Kyle Gibson. The Braves and Phillies have been a fantastic season series and should end excitingly as well. In this season's series finale between a couple of division rival playoff teams, Sunday looks a bit better for the Phillies. Philadelphia won the first 2 games of this series by a combined score of 10-1. Those wins gave the Phillies their 6th win in their last 7 at home, and the Braves their 6th loss in their last 7 on the road. Atlanta also is now 1-5 in their last 6 games played at Citizens Bank Park as of Saturday. Home field advantage appears to reign true for Philadelphia, given the home-road splits of each team lately. These are 2 very strong, offensively productive teams. In a game that could have a script driven more so by run production than run prevention, the edge goes slightly to the Phillies based on both being at home and recent overall offensive performance. Since September 8th, the Phillies have scored 68 runs in 14 games for an average of 4.85 runs per game. That number is not otherworldly by any means, but it is more productive than the Braves have been lately. Atlanta has scored 6 runs in their last 4 games as of Saturday, and 35 runs in their last 11 for an average of 3.18 runs per game. With a slim margin of error between a couple of good teams, Sunday's season series finale looks slightly more favorable for the Phillies. Take the home underdog in this one, so the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. Kyle Gibson was awful in his last start, allowing 7 runs and 12 hits to the Toronto Blue Jays. He is 2-2 with a 6.93 earned run average in his previous 5 starts. Like Morton, he's given up too many long balls this year and has allowed 20 or more homers in 5 of the last 6 seasons, excluding the shortened 2020 campaign. Furthermore, Atlanta also hits a lot of dingers, ranking second in all of MLB. They're top 3 in OPS and runs per game as well. Granted that Acuna Jr. is in the lineup and healthy, Atlanta will have opportunities to put more runs on the board than they did earlier in this series. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Tampa Bay Rays. The Toronto Blue Jays wrap up a 4-game series in Tampa Bay on Sunday afternoon against the Rays. The two teams are neck and neck in the race for the top wildcard position in the American League as the Mariners appear to have faded back to the 3rd spot. The winner will earn home field advantage in the first-round series between the two teams. The pitching matchup for Sunday will feature right-hander Ross Stripling of the Blue Jays taking on the Rays ace lefty Shane McClanahan. The Toronto Blue Jays are 85-67 this season and have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Toronto won Game 3 of this series by a score of 3-1 on Saturday. The Toronto pitching staff has a 3.97 earned run average, a 1.25 WHIP, and a .249 opponent batting average this season. The Blue Jays offense has scored 721 runs with a .261 batting average and a .327 on base percentage. Bo Bichette is batting .284 with 24 home runs and 91 RBIs for the Blue Jays this season. The projected starter for Toronto is Ross Stripling, who is 8-4 with a 3.21 earned run average and a 1.03 WHIP over 123.1 innings pitched this season. The Tampa Bay Rays are 84-68 this season and have won 2 of their last 3 games. Tampa Bay won games 1 and 2 of this series by scores of 10-5 and 10-6. The Tampa Bay pitching staff has a 3.38 earned run average, a 1.14 WHIP, and a .231 opponent batting average. The Rays offense has scored 642 runs with a .242 batting average and a .311 on base percentage this year. Randy Arizona is batting .273 with 20 home runs and 87 RBIs for the Rays this season. The projected starter for Tampa Bay is Shane McClanahan, who is 12-6 with a 2.36 earned run average and a 0.9 WHIP over 156.1 innings pitched this season. The Tampa Bay Rays pitching has been doing better than the Toronto Blue Jays hitting, so they have the advantage. Looking at the pitching splits throughout the season, Ross Stripling is 5-1 with a 3.75 earned run average in 14 road games, while Shane McClanahan is 9-4 with a 2.59 earned run average in 17 starts inside of Tropicana Field. The Rays bullpen also has a 3.30 reliever earned run average, which is good for 7th in the majors, while the Blue Jays are 15th in baseball with a 3.92 bullpen earned run average over the course of the regular season thus far. The Tampa Bay Rays have won 37 of the previous 53 games played at Tropicana Field against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Rays come into this matchup in a much more desperate position to gain home field advantage given their struggles on the road, so the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. Given the urgency, this game will be played much more like a typical Rays game. Good to very good starting pitching, small ball offense, and timely use of their bullpen based on the matchup. McClanahan will certainly get the Rays into the late middle innings and then will turn it over to a bullpen that will be mixed-matched based on the hitters coming up. The Rays want to play this game tightly with their top 3 arms in the bullpen at the ready. The Rays are 7-2 to the under in McClanahan's last 10 home starts. The trend will continue in this spot. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.